The tourism industry is worried about a new government system that warns of unsafe travel destinations. The new feature rates every country in terms of safety on a 4-point scale. Previously, the State Department issued warnings and alerts about specific nations. CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg is here to explain the concern. Peter, good morning to you. So how does this new State Department system work?
Well, the old State Department system worked where you had a robust series of State Department travel advisories, warnings, and bulletins. It was very confusing. Specific countries were mentioned, but people didn't know the difference between an advisory, a bulletin, and a warning. And those three words, State Department advisory, had such a negative connotation. Most Americans never even read them. They just didn't go.
Well, as soon as they would see that, they just would decide
all
it's
bets
dangerous.
Off. The new one could be even a little bit more confusing, even if it's well-intentioned, because it breaks it down for every single country into 4 categories. Exercise normal precautions, exercise increased caution, reconsider travel, and do not travel. Where it gets very confusing is in that 4th category, because most people are going to think it means it's a ban, and it's not. It's not a legal definition. It's just still an advisory. But look at the condition of Mexico right now. You have 5 states in Mexico that are now in that 4th category, right? You take the state of Sinaloa, well, that also includes Mazatlan. Not a problem, but it's painted with the same broad brush. So tourism officials there are very worried because people are going to say, I'm not going because it says do not go.
And that reconsider travel, the 3rd category, confuses me too. Does that mean reconsider and don't go at all, or just spend your time in the well-lit places where everybody's safe?
You're asking the rhetorical question. Nobody knows that answer because it's not defined. So the problem right now is once you get beyond that 1st category, which is exercise normal precaution, which I still don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Right? Does that mean don't trip? Right? And then exercise increased caution, does that mean don't trip and fall? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny about it, but people don't know the difference. So once you get beyond that 2nd category, most people, human nature, are going to say, I'm not going.
So how did they determine what rating to give a specific country?
Well, it's broken down by 4 additional categories: crime, health, natural disaster, and terrorism. And that's a good idea, but most people are never going to get to that. Most people are just going to hear those same words, and they're not going to go.
So what do you think would make it easier?
Well, for me, my own personal metric is I will not go anywhere where I don't know who's in control. It's really as simple as that, right? But putting, let's say, Mazatlan in the same department as Syria and Yemen is not really helping people. If I know who's in control, I exercise my own normal precautions, and I play by their rules, and I go.
I see what you're saying about Mexico. Favorite daughter Kirby went there this weekend, and I told her don't go because of this warning. She called the State Department. Yeah, she called the State Department and said, I'm going.
Should have called Peter instead.
Yeah, I was not happy
call me.
about that.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Peter Greenberg. We know your number.